Hello and welcome to another episode of Wild Kingdom Devotions. Something a little different today. Rather than seeing a picture of me, I want you to see a picture that I have of a butterfly. As we approach the brand new year, looking back to what we had last year and what we have this year, I think it would be appropriate to feature this week the butterfly. When I was a child, I used to love going out and finding either caterpillars or sometimes even finding the cocoon in a milkweed. And I'd bring it in the house and I'd show my mom and my dad, and they'd say, "Oh, you're going to try to grow another butterfly." And they'd say, "No, you be careful with it. You have to be very gentle." And I remember taking them, and some was successful and some was not. And I would put them in a mason jar, poke the holes on the top to make sure it has air. And if it was a caterpillar, I'd watch them eat and then watch them develop into a cocoon. And if it was just a cocoon I would find, I'd stick it in that jar and keep an eye on it on a daily basis and anticipate and wait for it to grow. And it seems like it took forever. And eventually some of them would develop into what it was intended to be. But to watch the process was something. Oh, I so much wanted to help it as I watched the cocoon change colors and eventually even look transparent. And as it formed, and sometimes I would be right there when it would bust loose, and I'd see it push away from the cocoon and unfold its wings and unfold its legs and struggle. As much as I'd want to help it, my mom and dad say, "No, don't help it. Just watch it develop, watch it change on its own. It's a transformation." What a beautiful picture of what Jesus meant when he said, "You must be born again. If anyone be in Christ, he is a new creature. The old is gone and the new has come." You see, when that caterpillar changed to a butterfly, it was not just a change of a color or a change that was just a minor change that no one would notice. It was a complete transformation. When we look at the old, and some of us look at the troubles and trials we've seen in 2020, we think I want something completely new and transformed what it was before. Transformation comes from our Creator. And just like in the wild, the butterfly is an example of being a new creature. Oh, a sluggish, sometimes chubby looking, sometimes fuzzy, sometimes not a real attractive caterpillar. If it's allowed to be what it's designed, can turn into this beautiful creature that can fly. You see, God intended us to fly. He has got plans for us. He has plans for us to prosper, and us to grow, and us to become something that we're not. In the eyes of God, He sees the butterfly our eyes, we see ourselves crawling and maybe not to our full potential. What God has for us is not always what we have for us. It's always much better. And it all comes from allowing God to transform us. Oh, we want to work on our own. We want to tear apart the cocoon. We want to maybe try to change others as well. But when we allow the struggles, it changes. And my mom and dad used to tell me this, and I read it so many times in nature information, nature articles, and you may have seen even TV shows that talk about the cocoon. If you open that cocoon up and the butterfly does not have a chance to expand itself, it will die because the strength becomes in that struggle. Oh, I would rather not have the troubles and trials that I went through. But God says, if you want to be transformed into the beautiful colors and the beautiful nature and be able to fly like that butterfly, you have to go through the struggles and trials and sometimes the despair that comes with those trials. It is in the struggle and the strength that we gather in the struggles that make us fly. God, allow me to be molded in your eyes to what you want me to be, not what I have designed for my life, but what you have designed. You have a purpose and a plan for me. Let me fly in your purpose. There's a new day ahead of you if you just allow God to take the troubles and trials and the things that you go through and design you to what He has for you today. I hope the story of butterflies helped you out. It made me think about the hope that God has for me in the midst of my despair, in the midst of what's going on, and sometimes the trials of life, and the devotion that takes place when you look at the wild kingdom. Hey, thanks for joining me today. Keep coming back. If you've enjoyed this, share it with others. And until next time, God bless you. Thanks for coming to Morning Moments.